I'm going to start this review slightly differently from normal. Normally, I would just go and make like a weird spiel and just start, segue into the review. This time, I'm going to start with a bit of a warning. For this following game, if you ever get interested in playing it, download the demo first. You want to try this one before you buy it. Trust me on this, ladies and gentlemen, because performance issues are a nightmare. In fact, my only complaints of this game involve performance issues, so let's begin, shall we? Spark the Electric Jester is a Sonic-like 2D side-scrolling platformer in which you must control the Electric Jester Spark, hence the title of the game, through a number of zones in order to destroy all of the robotic foes that lay before you as you work to get Spark's job back. The gameplay itself is best described as a fusion of Kirby and Sonic the Hedgehog, with the base gameplay sporting the fast-paced level design filled with loops, hills and enemies, while the gameplay hook that differentiates this from Sonic comes in the form of the combat mechanics and the powers that Spark is able to pick up. Combat itself works much more similarly to the likes of Freedom Planet, where enemies must be actively attacked to be taken out, so you are simply unable to kill moops by booping them on the head the traditional way. Every single power-up that you do collect will greatly modify your abilities, offering extra maneuverability options in some cases, adding new moves you can attack with in other cases, and even charge up moves that can be used by holding down the attack button for a few seconds. As you attack enemies, you may notice a blue gauge fill up. When this reaches maximum, you can activate your charge attack to usually perform a devastating strike. Take the Edgy power for example, in which you can do extreme damage to all enemies on screen or bosses through the use of a Chaos Blast style screen nuke attack. There's quite a large variety of powers that you can utilize here too, such as the Cold power that allows you to slip by enemies at a fast pace while performing Beyblade-like attacks, or even running and freezing on the top of surfaces of water. You are even able to hold two of these powers at any given time, and switch out between the stock power and the one currently active at the press of a button. So if you stumble across something hard-hitting as well as a separate, more maneuverable power, then you don't need to pick and choose which one you want and have the best of both styles of play. The visuals in here are also pretty goddamn gorgeous, with stunning set pieces and magnificent sprite work, and I have to specifically point out the soundtrack too, which needless to say is quite possibly one of the best official soundtracks I have ever heard in a game in a good long time. There is not a single music track in this game I dislike, and all of them are set extremely high in quality and rightfully suit the levels that they are set to. Heck, I'd say the game's worth a purchase just purely based on the soundtrack alone, to be perfectly honest, and the amazing gameplay is simply just a bonus to that. However, this game is not terribly stable, and I do believe this is largely to do with the game engine, as pretty much every game that runs on this engine I have had trouble with in the past, including the likes of Freedom Planet, which eventually got patched to sort things out, thankfully. My main PC with an i7 3770K processor, 8GB of RAM and a GTX 980 were flat out unable to run this game at any higher than 20 frames per second, making this game in my opinion flat out unplayable. That was rectified as I had a crappy laptop nearby that thankfully could run the game. But even then, I still had a lot of frame rate issues constantly during my journey, although the laptop itself could be to blame for that because it is terrible. Ultimately, Spark the Electric Jester is an absolutely phenomenal game through and through, with fast-paced level design, fast-paced gameplay, really fun as well to play through, brilliant, absolutely brilliant music through and through, one of my favorite game soundtracks ever, hands down. It's so good to listen to, and generally it's all around a very fun time. The only issues lie basically in terms of performance. Like on my PC, I have a Intel Core i7 3770K, 8GB of RAM and a GTX 980. The game doesn't run on my PC. It runs at 10 to 20 FPS. It's unplayable, actually unplayable on my PC. So I had to borrow one of my, basically my father's shitty little crappy laptop to do this review. So thanks to you can thank my father from this review being here. And even on there is severe frame drops all over the place. Although with that laptop it is pretty crap specs wise. That's probably why with that one. But generally this game is a technical mess. Gameplay's brilliant, technical mess. So I would advise to try it before you buy it. And if it runs well on a demo version or something, brilliant, pick it up immediately. This game is a fantastic game, and honestly it deserves more recognition. Not many people have bought this game at all, and it's such a shame. It is a solid title. It's just a shame that the technical stuff lets it down and ruins things. And honestly, I'm glad I bought it, even though I can't play it on my main PC, you know, ladies and gentlemen. But with that is it for the review. So thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't be sheepish, people, and I'll catch you all again. Bye!